This video today is for my girls who are trying to make money off of men who have feet fetishes. And then also it's for my men who have a foot fetish. You're welcome, guys.
I live for the touch of you, just the touch of you.
Hi guys, how are you? It's Tony, aka Too Much Tony, and I'm back to you today with another video. Quarantine has been rough on all of us, and honestly, I got tired of looking crazy. I got tired of my nails and my toes being crazy, so I was like, let me figure out a way that I can give myself a pedicure at home. So today I'm going to be doing polygel nails on my toes. For those of you who do not know what polygel nails are, they're just what are polygel nails? For those of you who don't know, polygel nails are just an extra gel layer that you can add on top of your nail that just makes it look stronger. You add it with a nail form, and a lot of the times it comes out looking like you have acrylic nails, but they're really easy to do at home. So, you know, during this pandemic, I tried to find ways to make myself cute again. Like I said, that's the hashtag for this pandemic. And my sister pointed out polygel nails to me. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my toes have not been cute during this time, and I'm actually really stressed about it because the weather is getting a little bit more nice. And as a result, I'm trying to wear some flip-flops outside, but I don't want to look crazy. Just so you guys know, this is going to be a part of my series called She Tried It. It's just going to be videos of me trying new things that pertain to health, beauty, and wellness. So my sister went on Amazon and she found these nail forms, and then she also got white polygel. So we are going to do this. These nail forms are a bit wider. They're supposed to fit on your toes. And now I know you would think that this is a good nail form for your toe, right? You're like, oh, that would fit on my big toe. Incorrect. I have an abnormally large big toe. She big. She was once referred to as pancake because she is wide and flat, and also is sometimes called Fred Flintstone by my father. So when I initially got these, so stressed, was like, I don't think these are gonna fit, but if you continue watching, you'll figure out how that goes, if it works out for me. But yeah, we chose to do white because, you know, like, you can't be wifey, you can't be icy if you don't have 10 white toes in them Tory flip-flops, okay? It just don't make sense. Personally, I love white and yellow. I think that both of those colors look really good on darker skin tones. So, you know, I love to do my toenails white. Like, if I was not the way that I am, I would do white on my fingernails as well. I always do white nails on my toes, but I never do them on my fingernails, mainly because I'm Caribbean. My background is Jamaican, and like, we eat curry in our house maybe 3 times a week. Like, I love curry. Curry is my life. Chef Curry with the pot boy. Anyways, long story short, curry stains white nails, and then it usually takes like 3 days for it to wash off your nail, and then by the end of that 3rd day, guess what mom's cooking for dinner the next day? More curry. So for me, I've never done it on my fingernails, but I always do it on my toes. And that was just a random rant about why I don't do white nails. My sister, who I live with, does have a polygel kit, so there are a few more items that you're going to need in order to do this that I'm not showing you right now, but you will see further later on in the video. So if you're someone who's really interested in polygel and you want to know how it works, what the steps are, and whether or not it'll work for you, just continue watching. If you really like my videos, you should, you know, hit that subscribe button and also click the reminder button so you know when I'm coming out with new videos. I do want to come out with new videos once a week, but it seems like the world just consistently turns to shit, and I don't know. I can't predict what I'm doing with my life at this point. We'll definitely try to make at least one a month. Who knows? 2020 has been a wild ride, wild roller coaster ride, so I don't want to make any promises.
All right, guys, so here we go. If anyone is wondering what this little brown stain is, it was created by a hot comb. For those of you who do not know what a hot comb is, it was a tool created by the devil to burn and destroy everything in its path, one of those things being my desk. So now we're just going to go into what we're going to be using to do polygel nails. So first and foremost, we're going to be needing the nail forms, which I showed you in the beginning, as well as a white polygel nail. Just because I decided white, you can do this in any color. We also are going to need some nail files, a shot glass because we're going to get litty, and also a polygel kit. So my sister had this polygel kit and we're honestly only going to use 4 items from it. There's a lot in there, but we're just going to need a top coat, a base coat, what is called a nail slip solution, and that little black cylinder stick you see there is actually a brush when you open it up. It's a brush on one side and the other side is used to actually take the polygel nail out of the tube. So because these are gel nails, you are going to also need a UV light, just because they need to be cured in order to set properly. You usually set it underneath there for 60 seconds. And that is all of the tools that you need to do this. Now let's get started. Okay guys, and here are my toes. They are a little crazy. They're wild. But I did prep my toes before we started. So essentially I just cut my nails and then filed them down a little bit. This kit that I bought has 12 different sizes for your toes. So no matter how wide or like how small your toes are, I'm sure that you can find one that's going to fit. You just kind of have to go through trial and error. What I did is before even putting the polygel, I put them on my nail just as a little comparison and then started actually forming my polygel. So first things first, we're going to grab our nail file and then we are going to start filing the top of our nails just so that we can get rid of the shine that is on there. I'm not entirely sure why we do this step, but I think that it helps the base coat to stick a little bit better. So after that, we are going to start putting the base coat onto our nails and you're going to cure that for a minute so that it dries. So after it dries is when we start getting into the real part of forming your actual polygel nail. So this is actually really tricky. It took me several tries to figure out. In that shot glass, I have the nail slip solution, or what is actually called on the bottle, it says nail surface cleanse. It is almost like alcohol and it helps for the polygel to be more malleable. So you just put a little bit on your brush and you move it around with it. So if you can see here, there's just me trying to create the best formation for my toe. After doing several tries, I realized that the best one to stick to your toe is when the bottom is thick and the top is more thin. This is just because the nail form curves significantly, and if the bottom part isn't thick, it doesn't stick to your nail and it will consistently fall off. So I don't know if you can see, this is an issue that I had with my pinky toe, and that's just because there's not a lot of nail there for it to stick to anyways. I have very small pinky nails, so it was a struggle. So when I put my pinky nail into the UV light, I actually had to hold my nail at the same time that it was under the UV light for it to stay. But I think this was my number one issue. After trying this 3 to 4 times, my 4th nail came out really nice, and I loved it. And then my big toe was the moment of truth where we figured out if this bad boy fit. And it did. It did not come out that great, but I was just happy that there was actually a nail form wide enough to fit my nail. And as you can see right here, I am taking my brush and I'm just brushing off the excess. So sometimes when you push down the nail form, some excess gel comes out of the edges. It's really important for you to take your brush and just rub that off. By the way, if you're into super satisfying things, I definitely recommend polygel nails because popping off that plastic nail form is so satisfying. Like, I love it personally. It was great. That was the best part of this whole entire process. And of course, I didn't want to keep my toenails too long, so I ended up just cutting them and buffing them a little bit lower to something that was more of my liking. And then we're just going to put on our top coat and put our whole entire foot underneath the UV light again for another minute. So I decided to do my other foot off screen, but as you can see, it came out actually worse than my first foot. And this is because I still hadn't gotten that consistency that it should be thick at the bottom and thin at the top. So I did them thick all the way through, which gave me a lot of issues. One of the major struggles that the nail being too thick gave me was that I could not cut it with my nail clip because it was too thick to fit in my nail clip. Then I grabbed a pair of scissors and tried to cut it with that, and that didn't work. So I was just sitting here for like 10 minutes buffing my nails down. So that sucked. She too thick. And usually that's not a problem, but right now in this time and place, sadly, it was a problem. So this is my final product. As you can see, it's not super neat. My big toe on the left is kind of wonky, but I don't mind it. Overall, this took me about 45 minutes to an hour. It wasn't a lot of time. I liked the thickness and the shine. It kind of made it feel like I actually went and got my toenails done. I think that obviously the more I do this, the better I'll become at it. But for now, for a first try, this isn't bad at all to me. It could be better, but it's not that horrible. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the easiest and 1 being really hard, I would say that polygel nails for your toes was about a 7. The pinky toe was very much a struggle. Learning and figuring out what consistency is good to put on your nails takes like a few tries. But besides from that, it's pretty straightforward. Again, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Yeah, I've had them on for a week now and none of them have popped off or anything. This is a really great alternative if you're the type of person who's like, you don't want to do press-ons and you don't know how to do acrylic at home. Polygel is for you. So like I said, I've had them on for a week and I just keep staring at them because like I'm even staring at them right now because they look so good. Like, I love them. Again, only problem is my pinky toe because she just didn't want to stay. I had to go back and like fix something. It would definitely be that when I was cutting my toenails, I cut my pinky nails so short, which is like normal. I feel like I typically would do that, but in this case, it wasn't the best thing to do. Make sure that you have like a good chunk of nail on your pinky nail. Otherwise, you're gonna face some of the same struggles that I did. In terms of cost, I definitely think that polygel nails are cheaper in the long run, as opposed to going to go get your nails done every 2 weeks like I used to. Overall, for a polygel set that my sister bought, it was $100, and then for the UV lamp, it was $50. So she spent $150, but in her polygel set, she got like 7, I want to say mini versions of this. This is 2 ounces, so I would say she has 1 ounce of this, but she got 7 of these, 7 different colors, and she can do her nails and her toes, and I think that would last her. We were talking about it because of how little you use. Like I was just saying, I didn't even use, I feel like I just hit the tip of this, how little you use to do your nails. She was like, I definitely think it will last me for 4 to 5, possibly even 6 months. So spending $150 on your nails and your toes for over the course of like 5 to 6 months versus like spending that amount almost every time you go. Like, I don't know about you guys, but every time I go and get a manicure and a pedicure, because of all the add-ons and the stuff that I like to do, it comes out to almost $100 like every 3 weeks. So this is definitely cheaper. And if you feel like you have the time and the patience to put into just doing your own nails, why not, right? Yeah, so that's all I have to say about polygel nails. I really like it. Again, practice makes perfect. The first time, not gonna look that great. I'm hoping the time after this, I'll look better. My sister's nails look really, really good. I think this is really easy for anyone to do. Really easy and really straightforward. If you love me, if you really and truly love me, and you care about my well-being, you should subscribe. Subscribe to me because you love me and you like me and you think I'm great. Does anyone know where that melody is from? Like, I definitely didn't make it up. It's from a movie. I'm gonna give you guys that hint, and if you know what it is, comment below and then you will be my brand new best friend. Okay. Anyways, guys, have a great one. Thanks for watching.